Hello everybody, welcome back to Let's Play Art Survival for Kaiserreich is Germany. Let's continue on for last left off. So, we are planning our invasion of Russia, which will be ready in about 60-70 days. In January, it's November right now. And more or less all of our troops are ready to go. I'm just going to be deploying like 3 more divisions to this line here. The ones that we have in the Suez Canal. Because I don't think the Egyptians or the Ottomans are really going to attack us. We have a casus belli right now against Romania. We want to enact that casus belli. How many troops do you have? 20 to 34. Both of our allies do have more troops. But can Romania and or can Bulgaria and Ukraine really actually fight them off? That's a great question, because again, you're not actually a puppet state, you're just in my faction. So we'll see. Probably won't do it like right away. Let's get the Kaiser Wilhelm Society. I don't know what this really does for us, but probably it's like a nice little research boost. And most of our planes, I think, should be more or less ready to go. You can have another 800 planes. Let's throw in some close air support. You guys can have 400 planes, so let's throw in some naval bombers so we can get to about 400. You guys can go over here. You guys are going to close air support in this region. We got a bunch of aircraft you can put over here as well, so let's just throw in, not you. We're going to throw in 100 fighters over Ukraine. We can put in another 1,000 fighters over here as well. You can guys be on air superiority. We can throw in some more bombers, because I think I just have like a bunch of planes, don't I? Like just a dumb amount of them. You can have 400 planes, and I think that's enough for strategic bombers. Yes. You're gonna do some strategic bombing, and this should more or less go well. We'll just throw in a handful more of our naval bombers, throw them in here. And unsurprisingly, the American United States capitulated. It took them longer than I thought, to be fair. 400 planes, you can have 300. So I guess I'll throw in some more close air support here, and that should more or less be fine. I think that's everybody under control. Anyways, some free civilian factories. What do we want to do with you? Well, for oil, we're fine. We're making 10,000. We're spending 9.3 thousand, so that's a-okay. Probably get some anti-air weapons just in here. Unfortunately, we cannot build them in Ukraine or White Ruthenia, but that's a-okay. And now our boats are really just going to be in the Baltic Sea. Just trying to stop Russian shipping more than anything. You guys are going to now convoy raid. And you should more or less be okay. Of course, we want to also control the Mediterranean as much as possible. The Russians more or less should just be cut off from supplies. And where are these 3 divisions? Slowly making their way there, but they'll get there soon enough. And Russia is about equal in terms of how many men that we have, well, including all of our little faction members, and the fact they're still fighting Turkestan, and apparently they cannot defeat Georgia for the life of them. I think it'll be a very, very easy campaign. And I think when Russia's defeated, that'll probably just be the end of the series in general. I really don't think there's going to be too much after that we actually have to do. And I think it'll just be like almost a clean sweep, just like a complete, absolute destruction. So the Rocky Mountain ceasefire. So the Combined Syndicates and the Pacific States have signed a peace deal. So now, technically, the Civil War is over. There's now 2 Americas. One that we're somewhat friendly towards in the CSA, who, of course, we have no reasons to be friends with. We'll see how long that peace actually lasts. I think it has to last at least 2 weeks, but after that, they can just immediately break the treaty and attack them again, which is probably what's going to happen eventually. Especially if, let's say, they join either the Japanese faction or they join the Entente. The Entente will just steamroll through. They will just steamroll through the CSA, I'd imagine. So you've joined the Mongolian faction, which is a kind of strange thing for you to do, because now you're at war with the Sino Coalition, you're at war with Japan, now you're going to be at war with the Russian Republic. But that does mean that Russia now has to defend this entire border. So we'll see how that actually works out for them. It's a weird situation, to say the least. But it does make my situation a lot easier, because I don't think there's enough Russian troops to actually defend all of their front line. So they're going to be so overextended that we're just going to be able to walk right over them. And this is January, right? Yeah, January 27th. So about a month from now. About a month from now. And again, all of Europe more or less is in our faction. Other than the Austrians, they're just going to do their own thing. And I guess we defeat Russia, and then we're probably going to defeat Romania as well. And I guess that will be the end of the series. They're going to go for a new nationalism. It'll take them a while for them to even think about getting, Can they actually even attack us? I don't think so. I don't think there's anything they can actually do to declare war on us. They can declare war on Canada. There's no question about that. But everybody else, I don't really think there's anything they can actually do. But can you really not make a front line here? No, you can't. Okay. And that should more or less be good. Like, some of these areas are going to fall like immediately. Like, they literally have nobody in Petrograd right now. Which, to me, seems like a big issue. That they would be something that they'd want to resolve. But what do I know? The answer is not that much, to be completely honest with you. So we're going to keep on going for our superior firepower. Like, how many boats do you have? You have about 115 ships. You have about probably about 750 planes. We have 5,000 planes and about 300 boats, so I would say we're definitely ahead of the Russians. And basically every single aspect, I don't think there's anything we're actually worse in them in. No, we're basically just straight up better. And that's ignoring. Okay, so they've actually won. So you guys are still all in. You're actually not in the faction, but you're still at war with Russia. Who's actually in charge of the Great Khanate now? Is it just you? Okay. It's a strange situation, but what do I know? Also, this is a completely disgusting looking border, Japan. Please fix that immediately. Thank you. Somewhat. You know, you still got this weird chunk, but we'll see how you actually manage to hold out here. You're still at war like you. I don't know why these guys are at war. I think it's because of Mongolia doing some weird shenanigans, but what do I know? Legislate freedoms. Ignore all of this. No, Russia, we don't want a non-aggression pact with you. I don't care if you're signing a non-aggression pact with anybody who's in our faction. That doesn't really matter too much. Okay, so thankfully, the Japanese have fixed their weird border issues. I don't know if they're going to actually be able to win against the Qing, though. And I don't know about the AOG, because Japan still can go to war with us. But the question is, will they? Where even is it in their tree? There's Zaibatsu. Defend democracy. They can do it here. But they're not at peace, so I don't think they can actually really touch us at all. No, so we're not going to worry about Japan until they can actually defeat the Qing. And I'm not too worried about them in the first place. So we'll be ready in 6 more days. 5 more days now. And I've noticed that most of the Russian army isn't even on our border. Which makes things pretty simple. To say the least. So get everybody going. Apparently Brown's a little bit cautious, but They have like light blue, but they're probably considered less of them than most of the other armies. Yeah, and like half of our provinces, not half of them, but like a decent amount of the provinces on the Russian border right now don't actually have defenders. Again, I think they just put a troop into Petrograd, so if that tells you anything. And tomorrow, we have our justification, and we will now finally, once and for all, defeat the Russian behemoth. And I think everybody else has now just joined. And now the question is, can we defeat Russia within the next 9 minutes and finish this episode with a complete victory? Like, look at this. This is a complete, from top to bottom, just a dominant green line. Petrograd's immediately fallen. That's not a huge surprise, given that we had, what, 24 divisions marching in there? It's really not a surprise whatsoever. We are running low on oil. I will do some more propaganda against the Russians, because our war support isn't the best right now. And we are spending a little bit too much fuel. So our navy, for the most part, can just... No, our ships in the Mediterranean. You guys just go dock. I don't think I need you out right now. And I don't think I need you guys out either. I want to save up a little bit of my fuel so I can actually make sure that my war here goes completely according to plan. Fix our lines here so they don't kind of fall apart. And are you a breakthrough? You are just a breakthrough line. This one's going a little bit less great, but everywhere else is still going completely a-okay. Georgia's like half capitulated, but it doesn't really matter too much. The Russians, I mean, they're only really fighting on one front again, aren't they? We can see that Turkestan's actually pushing their way up to the north. I'm assuming it's because Russia is throwing a bunch of its divisions to try to stop me. But I am not in the slightest concerned. And then I'll redeploy these guys somewhere else. You know, maybe I'll deploy this army straight down to Romania. Have Bulgaria join in that war. But I don't think we need this many troops. We probably actually don't need them all on this front. You'll push in something like that. Are you still in the Belgrade Pact? You are, so that is going to get us a war with Serbia as well. But I think that's completely acceptable. And once this is cleared up, they should all transfer down south. I would imagine, at least. Yeah, no, like, we're already 2 minutes into our invasion. They're already, like, pretty much defeated. Will there even be a point where we stall? Like, Georgia's actually making a comeback now. That tells you anything. Turkestan, it's fine if we have a peace treaty. Or not a peace treaty, just like a non-aggression pact. Not too concerned. Are you guys actually ever planning on invading, who's it called? Austria? It doesn't really seem like it. I think they're a little bit too worried about that. Okay, so green line, we're going to stretch you out like that. We haven't taken Moscow yet, but we're going to get there pretty soon. Some wars in India that don't really actually affect us too much. And we will be able to take over Azerbaijan, which is nice. I'm going to actually try to march my way straight down to Georgia, get them to capitulate. Because again, we are at war with them. I don't really need to make hostilities with the Ottomans right now. Not that I'm worried about them. I mean, they are pretty large, 61 to 68 divisions, and they would be able to take over the Suez Canal. Not that that's going to be a major issue. Like, how many men do we have right now? About 11 million against probably less than 2. Is not looking so hot for you guys, I will admit. France, give me some supplies, please, and thank you. We're not trading with anybody who's not a puppet state, right? Let me just double check. No, we're good there. Do I have any subjects? Scotland has a little bit of oil, so I will take some of your oil as well. Thank you. I do get it slightly cheaper there. I don't know why Georgia got this territory back, to be completely honest with you. Yeah, no, we're just absolutely crushing it. Like, look at this. Look how far we've been able to push in, and it's been less than 2 months. I think that's pretty solid, if you ask me. That's a pretty dominant performance. Moscow's already fallen. You should be able to take over the one major city they have over here. We'll be able to take over Archangel as well. Archangel, I think, is probably like one of the most annoying victory points that the Russians actually have. And have I already somehow killed 2 million Russians? No, most of them has been against Turkestan. Well, we've managed to kill like 1 million ourselves in, again, these 2 months, which is amazing to me. And you guys will attack as soon as we're ready to go. Bulgaria. You should be fine, I think. Of course, we will send troops there in the future. Okay, we've met up with the Turkestan forces. Everybody's going to get called into the war against Georgia now, but there's nothing I can really do to prevent that. Who else needs armies? You guys need some troops. 1 tank can fit nicely into yellow. And just get them to the front lines, please, and thank you. And after this war is done, we'll just transfer like 1 troop to the southern border here with Romania. We'll put 1 army against Serbia as well. Like, how many men do you have? 22. Like, not a lot. We usually outnumber them. Again, this is not Russian territory. So it's a little bit less important than most of our other areas. So I think right now we're just going to be in the point where we just march to victory points. Do something like this. You guys march to Nizhny Novgorod. You guys also just march up to Nizhny Novgorod. You guys are all going to push your way to here. And that should work pretty okay. These guys are also going to be completely dead. There's something they can actually do to stop us. You march up to Archangel, please. And you guys have done pretty well. We're actually going to run out of oil soon. So I'm going to say that my boat's up here now. Okay, you're actually on hold. You guys don't need to be doing anything, I think, at this point. My reasoning for that is that, really, Russia doesn't have any ports anymore, which makes it pretty difficult for them to actually get by to do anything. No, not Ace Generation. I don't know if Aces are actually really that good. But I think this is going to be a good point to end this episode. So thanks for watching. My name is Anthem. If you enjoyed, thumbs up. If you did not enjoy, you can always thumb down. Or subscribe, and goodbye.